On the second day of our trip to England, we visited the most famous colleges of Cambridge, a pub called the Eagle, and we did a punting tour on the River Cam. Now, let's talk about Cambridge. Cambridge is located 80 kilometers northeast of London. The University of Cambridge is composed of 31 colleges and 6 academic schools. It's the biggest university after Oxford. The most famous colleges are the King's College and the Trinity College. Students from all around the world come to study here.
During the tour in Cambridge, we visited several colleges of the university, and the guide gave us some details about them. The first one was King's College. Constructed by King Henry VI in 1441, it has a very big and beautiful chapel, where the Harry Potter films were recorded. The chapel has lots of nice stained glasses and an impressive vault, which weighs over than 1,800 tons. At the time, to defy the king, the Queen built her own college, but it's less impressive and famous than the King's one because she had less money. We also visited the Trinity College, which is the second most famous of the city, and the biggest. Among the 89 Nobel laureates of the university, 32 were trained in this college. A library designed by Christopher Wren is part of this college, where you can see lots of important books, like Principia Mathematica written by Isaac Newton or Winnie the Pooh. We could see the headmaster's house, which is pretty impressive and covered with ivy. We also learned more about the St. Catherine College and the history of Catherine of Alexandria, called the Golden Legend. She refused to renounce her Christian belief. That's why she was condemned to be tortured with the breaking wheel, a wheel with knives used as a torture device in Middle Ages. In front of this college, the guide told us that only professors are allowed to walk on the grass. Thereby, the lawn is always perfect. A little further down the street, there is the Corpus Clock. It's a sculpture composed of an insect which is on a golden clock with blue leads, and which costs $1 million. Each minute the insect closes his jaws as if he ate time, and that reminds us that life is short.
Afterwards, we went to the pub Eagle. This pub is well known as the pub of the pilot of the AAF during the Second World War. When they were a bit drunk, they climbed on the table and they burned the ceiling with the lighters to draw or to write their names. You can also see naked woman drawn with lipstick who was the boss wife at the time. Moreover, you can drink a special beer named the Eagle DNA. This name refers to the fact that this pub is the first place where Watson and Crick came after discovering the secret of life. By the way, there is also a special legend in this pub. 2 students used to live upstairs but they died in a fire. However, people think that the 2 ghosts are still in this room because after the fire, the window was not closed for the 2 faces of the boys were printed on the glass. A long time after that, a new employee who didn't know the legend closed the window and another fire instantly broke. Finally, we had a walk around the market, a real typical and warm place in the center of the town where you can meet lots of nice people and find many treasures of the different styles. There are also lots of shops and restaurants where you can go at the end of the visit or for the lunch.
We interviewed the guide at the end of the first part of the visit. Now, let's listen to her.
Hello,
Hello.
nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
My name is Theo, and you?
My name is Rosie.
Okay, so we have some questions for you.
Are you recording this?
Yes.
Okay.
When did you start to work as a guide in Cambridge?
I started working here in 1998.
Okay, and yes, why do you practice the work
Why
of
did you
a
want
guide?
to practice?
Why are you a guide in Cambridge?
Yes.
Why am I a guide in Cambridge? Well, to begin with, I love Cambridge. I think it's a beautiful city. and I love always learning something new about the history and what's happening here. And what I really like is meeting French people so I can practice my French. And the best groups are the ones who come from Lille, because I used to live there for a while. That makes me very happy.
In your opinion, why Cambridge is so famous around the world?
Why is it so famous? Well, just look everywhere. It's very beautiful. It's the university that's made it famous. So some wonderful architecture, lots of interesting stories about people who studied here, and lots of cultural things to do, and some very good shops as well, and a river. Lots of things to do.
Okay, so
Have you ever lived here in Cambridge?
I do live here in Cambridge, yes.
how long have you been?
I've lived in Cambridge. In Cambridge itself, I've lived here for only a year and a half, about 18 months. But before that, I lived for 17 years in the countryside, just outside Cambridge, so about 10 miles from Cambridge. And before that, I used to live in London and Switzerland. Spent some time in Geneva in Switzerland.
Yes, and which college do you prefer in Cambridge?
Oh, that's a difficult one. Because they're all interesting for different reasons. Perhaps I really like Emmanuel College, because it has some beautiful gardens as well as interesting architecture.
Okay, so I think that's all. Thank you very much for this interview.
You're very welcome.
And bye.
Okay.
St. Emmanuel College, built in 1584, had a large involvement in North America. Of the first 100 university graduates in New England, 1/3 were graduates of Emmanuel College. Moreover, Harvard, the best university of the world, taking name from John Harvard, an Emmanuel graduate, who was the first donor of this school.
The River Cam runs through the heart of Cambridge, enabling you to enjoy fantastic views of the world-famous Cambridge College backs from the comfort of a traditional Cambridge punt. A punt is a boat which is composed of 6 to 9 places. A punt operator drives it on the River Cam and explains the history of the most famous colleges of Cambridge, like the King's College, the Queen's College, the Trinity College, and others. It's a very interesting ride, where we can learn more about the history of these famous colleges. In addition, the guides told us interesting stories about each college, which made the visit quite funny. The day Cambridge was a success. We all enjoyed a rewarding time. The punting tour was appointed by most people of the group as the best part of the day in Cambridge. It showed us another side of the city, and it told us lots of things on the colleges of the university. Furthermore, it was relaxing, funny, and nice, but it doesn't mean that we didn't like the first part of the day, which was the visit of the town and the colleges. Finally, we really enjoyed the day, which was really interesting and educating, but we wish the expectations of Cambridge and her colleges had taken less time, because if we had had more free time, we would have been able to discover the city by ourselves.